stream with Sanusi Vision. Today, of course, is Monday, which means Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe Day. Hey, welcome, Melina. I can't read. I can't believe. Milana. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining the stream. We're early. I was going to start at 9:45, but hey, I'm starting early. Hey, I want to get this awesomeness in. It's Monday, and I've decided that this for a while back, decided every Monday is going to be Karjakz Vs Assassins Day. So today, if you read the title, I focus on the characters, the animation, and of course, the comics, which is what I'm holding in my hand right here. The reason why I'm doing this more because, as you well know, the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book is coming out this year. I'm super excited. Trust me, once I get this live stream, I'm getting back to work on the comic book. I just got to finish up some things, some finishing touches. Thing is ready to be copyrighted, all that kind of paperwork stuff you got to do. So I'm super excited. Thanks for joining me. For me, the biggest thing is like when I talk about every single month coming out here with Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe, I feel like I'm always educating y'all on how massive, how great this thing is going to be. The views that I get on the amount of actors, every time I put that Karjakz Vs Assassins on something, it's ridiculous. And speaking of ridiculous, the channel itself is growing exponentially. Thanks to all of y'all, man. 900 subscribers, which is way more than I expected to be. Every time it seems like I come out here, I'm adding people all the time. People are telling people about the channel. And that's all you can really ask for, man. So pretty grateful for that, man. Then the channel continues to grow. You Facebook people, what's up? YouTube people, what's up? You know what I mean? And then also indirectly, my YouTube channel is growing on my other platforms, specifically my TikTok channel. So I don't know what's going on, but it seems like all the people that were on my TikTok are now finding their way to my YouTube channel. Can't get any better than that, man. You know what I mean? So I want to thank all of y'all for keep joining the chat. Thank you so much. So I really appreciate y'all, man. So y'all keep doing y'all thing. I'm going to keep doing, doing my thing. So we're going to get into this amazing episode today. So first things first is the things I want to talk about, the characters, the animation, and then, of course, the comics, like I said. I'm going to spend like a segment of 10 minutes, maybe each one, to focus on. I've talked about the characters before, but the reason why I'm talking about the characters, y'all, I got to wipe my iPad screen, make sure this thing is clean and clear. I'm going to use the comics to actually explain some of the stuff in terms of the characters. Each character, as you well know, you got the villains, and you got the heroes. So you got the characters, right? So let's start off with the whole universe. This is how the whole thing started. That's how the whole thing started right there. Without this version, right? Because I'm talking about the characters now. Without this version, there'd be no Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe. If I never had the courage to just say, I'm going to draw these characters, I'm going to stop being bored, drawing. Hey, welcome everybody to the chat. Thank you for joining the live stream, Sanusi Vision. Today, focusing on Karjakz Vs Assassins, characters, animation, and comics. Y'all know what's up. So please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification button. That's right. You know what I mean? We're going to grow this channel thanks to all of y'all, man. So, like I was saying, right? Without doing this version 1, see, most people always talk about their version 2 or version 3 or whatever is the coolest version. But I started to realize, what's the quote of the day? Man, the quote of the day, say anything is going to be really believe in yourself. That's really important because anything you're going to do, you got to have that belief in yourself. Just like right now I'm doing my stream right now. The quote of the day is believing in yourself. That's where this idea came from. You got to understand, you know, you can't be worried about no haters. I don't care about none of that. I get to work every day. So without this version, like I was saying, right, and the characters, the original version of them, let me break this down to y'all. Y'all give me a second. I love showing the classic version. So you got the heroes, the Karjakz on this side, right? You got Cajun, Sphinx, Escalade, Diesel, Sincere, Shepherd, Gloss, and Rasputin. You know what I mean? So these are all the characters from The Good Guy. Thank you so much, Michael Sue. Appreciate that, man. Please, all of y'all, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and definitely hit the notification button. Come on now, y'all know what's up. So then on this side, you got the villains, right? You got Sun Tzu, you got Artillery, you got the Coyotes, you got Yukon, you got Kanji, you got Snipes, you got Excursion, you got Revo. See, the characters were based on myself, my 2 brothers, and my sister. That's why I started, right? I had 4 people. Then I was like, okay, I need more characters. So I created one based on my best friend. I created one based on a guy I considered to be like an older brother to me. Then, of course, if I had a dog, I based the one on that. Then I based one on my 2 brothers, my brother and my other brother, and then my sister, right? So that's where I got the heroes from. Then I had villains. Well, the villains, Sun Tzu, is my bad side. So I said, I'm going to create a villain. Then my cousin's like, well, me and my cousin are really tight. I said, look, dude, I'm gonna base a character on you. So I created Revo. And he's like, dude, don't make me no hero. I want to be a villain. And I was crazy to hear my cousin say that, but that doesn't shock me because he's the type that probably wouldn't want to be a hero. Like, make me a villain. Then I made him a villain. And sure enough, making him a villain, Revo right here, whenever I go to comic expos, he's the they see his drawing, they're like, this dude is sick. And that's something to be proud of when you see something like that, because what you're really wanting from a lot of people to understand is what you're creating. Characters relate to people, and I think that's why we have a lot of fascination with superheroes. One way or another, we all want to be some kind of superhero. Maybe not in real life, but you like, I relate to that guy. You relate to whoever it is that you like watching. And so for me, creating my own universe is where these characters came from. And then, of course, you got various versions of them, right? So let me show you another version. Then I'm going to show you some, wait, hold up. Where's this thing? Where's this thing? So this is version 5. This is currently the version 5 that everybody gets to see all the time, because version 6 is not yet available. You know why? Because that's version 6 is what's part of the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe, the comic book that's coming out this year, the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. I'm not here to be like what everybody wants. Quarter day, if I had to say anything, was I'm gonna be me, and those who like, and those who don't, go kick rocks. I don't care. I'm not here to acquiesce to everybody. I'm doing what I want to do with what I do, how I do. I have a great talent, and that great talent led to the creation of these amazing characters, right? So now, you see those same characters? You saw that was version 1? Now this is version 5 of them. And then I have version 2, 3, of course, that I went through. I went through so many versions till I got to this version right here. So now, same characters again. The heroes, the Karjakz on this side, the villains, the assassins. As you can see, Cajun don't look nothing like what he was looking like before. Diesel don't look like that before. Sphinx, Escalade, Shepherd, Rasputin, Sincere, Glocks. And speaking of Sincere, let me go back to the first version so y'all can see where she at. This character right here is based on my dream girl. I just said, okay, if I had the dream lady, what would she look like? Yeah, appreciate that. That's a cool title. Your name is D's Nuts. That's hilarious. Yeah, appreciate that, man. You can check out more of my characters on my website, sanuvision.com, which I'm gonna type in the stream, y'all. You know, what I'm gonna start doing more and more, and I just realized I could do that, is I'm gonna type it in the stream so y'all can see what's up. So if y'all want to check out the website, you can definitely go check out the website. You know what I mean? Yesterday I did a polling. I'm surprised nobody did a poll. I think one of these is, as I go, I'm gonna start doing polls, man. Those are pretty cool. So, you know, y'all make sure y'all click on that direct link right there in the chat that I just placed in right there in the chat. You could take you straight to the website. Now, back to this awesome universe of mine. So, back to these. Okay, hold on. That's Kanji right there. Let's go back to this right here. So, look. So, you got Rasputin, Glocks, Sincere, Shepherd, Escalade, Sphinx, Cajun, Diesel. And so, I got the heroes on that side, right? Then you got the villains. You got Sanusi right here. Kanji, Coyotes, Artillery, Revo, Snipes, Yukon, Excursion. And don't worry, I'm going to show you posters of these guys once I get to the end. But for me, the characters really came from me. Things that were close to me, things that were important to me, things that were like really made me realize that I could create a universe. Because this guy Diesel, my big brother like to call him, he's not my brother for real blood. But for me, if I had an older brother, it'd be him. This guy's had my back from jump. I remember the first time he met me, he said, you know what, kid? And I was dirt poor. He said, man, you're going to be a billionaire one day. I said, excuse me? Now, how's somebody going to tell you you're going to be a billionaire when you barely got 50 cents in your bank account? That's how broke I was. My idea of delicacy was like, hey, maybe I can get some orange juice. In fact, I got the fake orange juice. We never could afford the real orange juice. We would always get the fake one. I think Tapico or whatever it's called. I still remember that, man. Those are the things that keep me driven. Like, I don't stop. I'm never going to stop. There's nothing that any hater can do to stop this dream of mine. So I started creating these characters, and I got to version 5. I said, you know what? When I got to this version is when I realized that, okay, maybe it's time to start figuring out how to learn how to do animation, which is going to be my next segment, and how to animate, how to understand animation. Because I love cartoons. Y'all just don't understand. And that's where the real birth of where my characters came from. It's not really that I wanted to have comics. It's more like I care about cartoons. I watch cartoons all the time. I can't go to sleep without watching a cartoon. I literally have to have a cartoon playing on my iPad to go to sleep. Not that I can't sleep, but I just love the serenity that cartoons give my mind. The adventure, the intrigue, the whole universe itself. Y'all get what I'm saying? So that's why I've grown exponentially. I think honestly speaking, that's why my channel has grown too. Because a lot of people are like, I've never seen anything like this. A lot of y'all are just like, you got people cutting in and out. I generally don't care. if you will actually see what's going to happen is that I'm going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then when I log on, people are going to start staying, which makes no damn sense. When you could have from jump been riding out with me when I was doing this. So a lot of my fans, a lot of my followers, subscribers, they follow me loyally. And the ones that don't, you can go kick rocks. I don't need you to be around. You know what I'm saying? So these characters right here, right? So we got characters, got version 5. Now version 6 of my characters, I can't show you all that yet because that's in the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. But look, when I tell you the comics were, this comic book that is coming is off the chain, it's next level. Animation, the old animation that I'm working on, and then the new one I'm about to show y'all is crazy great. You know what I mean? Part of success is really just understanding where you want to go. And once you really understand that, you can really do what you want to do. So, like I said, this is the version 5 of my characters. Look at the new Cajun, look at the new Sanusi, Escalade, Kanji. You create from scratch. It's not like you taking a drawing and just drawing what somebody else has done. No, literally, I'm doing this from scratch. So when I would draw, I would be like, I spent like, 3.5 years creating my characters. That's a long time to be committed to something. And the only person that commits themselves 3.5 years to something is somebody who's fully committed. Like I say all the time when I'm doing my live streaming on my podcast, when I'm doing the live stream period in general, I always say there's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just as important as front of the line. Be determined, not desperate. So my determination is what led to the creation of my characters. I don't think I'd have any animated characters if I didn't do that. And ever since I created my characters, it's been on and popping. So I decided, how am I going to learn animation? I couldn't go to none of these crazy schools that cost too damn much. I was not trying to get into debt. Nope. I went around and looked for I actually got accepted to a prestigious art school over here in California. But the cost of going to the school was too damn much. I said, why the hell y'all accepting me into your school if you ain't going to give me a scholarship? What the hell? So I said, you know what? Let me go find me a community college, which is exactly what I did. And I got to learn animation. Of course, I made YouTube one of my best friends. So anything I didn't understand at school, I would go on YouTube and learn it. And that's how I've gotten this far. You know what I'm saying? Even right now, I'm in school too. I'm learning animation at a community college. I'm not going to let, like, difficulty stop me from going where I gotta go. Y'all get what really, really important. The school's important to me. Like, my dream one day, man, God willing, end of 2025, I'm done working for somebody. You know what I mean? If I even just achieve part-timing, I'm already in the good. Because right now I'm at the point where I can actually work for myself. But why do that when I could work somewhere that I enjoy working, get paid, have health benefits, you know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. Like, without my job, the glasses I'm about to get soon, I wouldn't be having them. So that's the benefits of having glasses. See, you got to have a strategy. Same way I use strategy to create my character, you got to have strategy to do what you're doing. So my character's now version 5, right? Which I'm going to show y'all. So now look, let me individualize my characters now. So now y'all have seen everybody, right? Now let's talk from jump. Well, actually, if we're going to do this, we got to do this right. Got to start off with Cajun. You see what I'm saying? That's Cajun right there. That's my character. Cajun, that's his armor. I've always wanted to be an armor guy. I love characters with armor. I cannot help myself. You know what I'm saying? I love characters with armor. Whether that's Blade, Iron Man, Techno Man, Ryo from Ronin Warriors, Gundam Wing, Mantis, Black Panther. Who else am I think that has armor? Any superhero that has armor is definitely going to be one of my favorites. That's just how I like my superheroes, with armor. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you got Sphinx. Is a partner, a tiger. Don't worry, I can't give you the details of it, but trust me. When the comic book comes out, you're going to love Sphinx, man. Sphinx is going to be a big hit already. He's already a big hit with people. You know what I mean? So that's Sphinx right there. Next up is Escalade. Where's she at? This is my sister's character right here. This one was based on my sister. You see what I'm saying? Escalade, the team leader, Air Force colonel, tactical strategist. This character right here competes with Cajun for most sales all the time. Like, a lot of times she blows every character out the water. For whatever reason, a lot of women love this character. They love this character. Like, and she reaches all spectrums from all women from different walks of life. Like, it ain't just African American women that love her. It's Caucasian women, Asian women, Hispanic women. In fact, the first poster I ever sold of her was to a Hispanic woman. I remember that. No, yeah, it was to a Caucasian woman, yeah. A white lady. I remember she came to my table and was like, sweetie, who is this girl? She's like, who is this lady? I was like, she's one of my original characters. And that really gave me confidence to say, you know what? My characters can do this damn thing. All I got to do is just push through. You know what I mean? So that's Escalade. You already see me talking about Cajun. This guy right here, based on me. You know what I mean? I always thought of myself as a billionaire industrialist. This is what I would look like if I was wearing armor. This is what I wanted it to look like. Cajun was the last character I drew because he was going to be the hardest to draw. I knew that because I wanted to create from scratch. And also, too, it was a character based on me. So I was going to go all out when I drew this guy right here. You know what I mean? And the cool thing about drawing these characters is that they're very similar in proximity in closeness to the people they're actually based on. So then next up is where we at? We got Glocks. Glocks right here. Glocks is based on my brother, my younger brother. He's a tactical technician, really techy with technology stuff. Like the animation stuff, man, when you do characters, this is all part of being a creator. You're really creating things that you're trying to get people to understand what the whole functionality of the characters are. A lot of people like, let me see. I'm just going to draw what somebody else has done. And that's kind of corny. You know what I mean? So this is Glocks right here, based on my brother. Next up is Rasputin. Let's go find him. Here we go. Rasputin. This guy is based on my other character. And one thing I don't care about, I knew for one thing for sure because I'm Nigerian, I wanted my characters to look like where I was from. I was hell-bent on symbolizing or representing Nigeria. Representing Afro. I wouldn't call it Afrocentrism because that's not what I was representing. I was straight up representing, like, trying to put something in Africa. Put Africa on the map basically with my old cartoon. Pretty much is what I was going to do. I mean, I wasn't seeing, like, growing up as a kid, I watched a lot of stuff. Whether it was Gargoyles, X-Men from the animated series, Techno Man, Gundam Wing. Nothing was showing anything that symbolized Africa. That mattered to me like a bunch. So I got to work. That's what you do when you just hell-bent. I'm not interested in complaining. I'm just the dude who's gonna be like, I'll do my own thing. Then I'll make it big. And that's exactly what I did. Y'all know what I'm saying? So next up, who else is next? Let's see here. Let's talk about Shepard. Shepard is based on my bad. Rasputin is based on my other younger brother. My bad. He's based on my other younger brother. So my younger brother is more like a logical guy, scientific, or if you want to call it that. That's the kind of guy that he moves as. And I wanted a character to look like, and then I also wanted a character that had no projectiles. When I say projectiles, kind of like he used hand-to-hand combatants. That was his strategy. Real close range. You know what I'm saying? This character right here might be the best fighter in the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe. And of course, it's got that cool looking motorcycle. I can't tell you the name, but trust me, that motorcycle is Spitfire, man. It can do a whole lot of crazy stuff. Next up is Shepard. Now, this character is based on my best friend. My best friend is actually a doctor in real life. But also, I remember creating this character. I remember telling him, hey, I'm going to call the character's name Shepard. What do I call excuse me, y'all. I decided I'm going to call him Shepard. I wanted to be called Shepard. So anybody log into the chat, thanks for joining me. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification button. Thanks to all of y'all, I keep growing. So this character is based on my best friend, and I decided, when you explain the characters, so all of y'all, thanks for joining me. Today's about animation, characters, animation, and comics. So I'm going to get the animation part, because I got to talk about my characters. I can't talk about the animation until I talk about the characters themselves. So all of y'all who keep joining in and joining out, make up your damn mind. Either you staying or you going. I don't really give a damn. This channel is going to keep growing. A lot of y'all need to stop being some flakes. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all are always quick to want to see quick success. That's the problem with a lot of y'all. So look, back to what I was talking about, right? Shepard, based on my best friend. He's actually a doctor in real life. And this guy right here, I wanted him to have like a bow. I always thought bow and arrows were interesting. But I always wanted to see something that kind of like a lot of energon or some kind of energetic bow and arrow. So that's how his stuff look like this. Not to mention his uniform is super sick. Super sick. And yes, he's blind too. So it's a lot about this character. If you actually want to know about him, you can copy this bio book right here, available on soundvision.com. That way you know what's going on in the whole entire Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe right here. You know what I mean? So yo, that's Shepard right there. Next up is Diesel. This guy right here is based on a guy considered to be like an older brother to me. I remember when I created this character, I remember telling my older brother, so I like to call him, man. He's like, the only thing he said to me was, make sure your character's super swole. You know, my big brother is kind of like the guy who really, very much inspirational, told me I could do this, like always in my ear. You need to work us on this drawing. Figure out a way to create some characters. Create some characters. Create some characters. Create some characters. And we got a lot of good, awesome people pushing you. All that can come out and use the best version of yourself. So to see this version versus this version to where I've come to is crazy. You know what I mean? So Diesel is based on my big brother. And he's always and yes, I call him Diesel because actually in real life, this guy is actually Diesel. Literally swole, y'all. This dude stay fit. He don't play. His health is his wealth. You know what I mean? I remember when I was playing football, I actually got better workouts working out with Judah than I did working out at school, at the football team. So that's how fit this guy is, right? He knew a lot about fitness, man. So I love, and that's why I got the idea of being fit, man. You know, you grow with people that are good. Well, I know I say this all the time. I'd like to grow with good people. I don't want to just be around anybody. And if you are intoxicated, I need to get you up out the paint. You got to go. You know what I mean? So yo, Diesel, this guy's had my back. And one thing about this character, Diesel, and also the other character, Cajun, you're gonna see a brotherhood between them. Like how Cajun looks up at this guy as a big brother. You're gonna see it through the animation. You're gonna see it through the comics. It's all gonna be there. It's gonna be like, this is the sickest thing I've ever seen. So that's Diesel. Then the next one I gotta show y'all. Where's she at? Sincere. Where's she at? Right here. Sincere. Now this character is based on my dream girl. If I always told myself any kind of woman I was gonna end up with, I didn't want no weak ass woman. You have to be strong, independent, have your own money. I'm not playing that. You got your own place, I got my own place. You know what I'm saying? It's plain and simple. I need a woman that can carry herself, shoot. And then sometimes she can carry me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want no freeloader, man. I wasn't going for that. You have to have your shit together. You know what I'm saying? No free shit. 50-50. If the bill is 100, she got 50 on the ready. If the bill is 200, she got 100 already. And if the bill is 1,000, she got 500 already. I ain't playing no free rides. Hell no. You know what I mean? Stuff is too expensive in this world. And who the hell wants to live with a woman that ain't doing shit anyway? A lot of y'all cats is some dinosaurs. I told myself, you can't be my girl if you ain't got your shit together. I'm not babysitting you. This ain't 1960. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your shit. And so I created Sincere. And her skin tone shouldn't be really what you should be worried about. It's more the essence of her. I really could care less if I end up with an African-American woman, a Caucasian woman, Hispanic woman. I don't give a damn as long as she got her shit together. Your shit got to be together. I'm not messing around. You know what I'm saying? So that's important. Now, that's where Sincere came from. And of course, the name Sincere, if you're wondering, is more about the truth. An honest woman is the best woman. I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how nice her booty is. If she ain't honest, she ain't shit to me. Straight up. That's my rule. Honesty, loyalty, and consistency. A lot of y'all out there be looking for the wrong type of woman. That's why you end up with the wrong type of woman. Because you don't be looking for the shit that actually matters. Honesty, and honesty. If she ain't that shit, honest, loyal, and consistency, she can get about the paint. She can go. Because I can find me a pretty face anywhere. That ain't shit. But now find an honest and loyal woman, now that's a whole different ball game right there. That right there is work. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these, they ain't got to be honest. They ain't got to be loyal to you. You feel me? So, yo, that's where Sincere came from. That's all the Karjakz. And speaking of all the Karjakz, this is all of them right here. All the heroes right there. You see them all as a whole? You see that? That's what's up. Now, let's talk about some villains. So might as well show you these assassins right here real quick. Excuse me, my bad. Right here. I love having an iPad. You see that? It shows the vibrancy of the colors of the characters, man. Y'all see what I'm saying? So that's the assassins right there. Everybody and their godmother. You know what I'm saying? You got Sun Tzu, you got Snipes, you got Revo, you got Excursion, you got the Coyotes, you got Seth, you got Artillery, you got Kenji, you got Yukon, and of course you got Sun Tzu in the center. Now, let's break down each character, right? So the only one that can really be two people that can be tied to me is one, Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu is my villain side. If I was a villain, that's what I would look like right there. Straight up badass. You know what I'm saying? If I was a villain, this is what I would look like. See, when you create animated characters, you have to make them relate to somebody. I don't care who you ask. Anybody that's ever created any characters, they come from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They come from somewhere. And most of the time, it's people that they know in their life. For me, my bad side, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna create a super villain. But he's gonna be my bad. He's gonna be the complete opposite of Cajun. Then of course you got the mystical tiger, complete opposite of Sphinx right there. So Seth is the evil version of Sphinx right there. And now Sun Tzu, just like Cajun, is a billionaire industrialist. You know what I'm saying? He builds weapons. He builds whatever he has to build. He can construct. He's intelligent. But except he's a super villain, which means he's super cunning, super evil. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted a villain that, honestly speaking, that I'd never known of any African character that was actually a really popular super villain. I could not think of any. And that's what led to the birth of my characters. A lot of my stuff is really, like I said, I've stated before, I'm Nigerian descent. I'm not messing around. I'm going to make sure people know where I'm from. I'm going to make sure that people know that my characters are actually African. I'm not trying to hide it. That's blunt fact. That's what I'm doing right there. That's what what makes this journey so awesome. Because I'm doing something that nobody's done before. I have no fear. Because I have no fear, y'all, that's why I have 3 versions of my bio book. And all of these done sold a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? So if you want a copy, visit soundvision.com and get your order on. Ain't nothing free. You got to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's Sun Tzu right there. Now, next up is, where's she at? Artillery. Where's she at? Artillery. Here we go. Artillery right there. See, it's going to take me longer to re-explain the characters than it is to actually show you animation and comics. So this is Artillery right here. This I'll tell you right here, right? She's the opposite of Escalade, right? Complete villainous, CIA. I mean, just all around badass, like bad things, right? But she's also the fiance of that Sanusi I just showed you. I felt like I wanted I wanted one thing I noticed about cartoons. There weren't that many female characters, and if they were, they weren't really like, you know. For example, Black Widow is my favorite female character. That's not my own creation. I think Black Widow is the sickest character like ever. I think the reason why I gravitate towards her is because she's completely human. You know what I'm saying? So much has happened to her, but still she has the courage to be the best version of herself. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time too, she's emotionally distant, which is understandable. But she's an amazing character because she's cool. Even amongst all the Avengers, even though you had Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain America, nobody was gonna forget that Black Widow was on the team. I remember I was bummed out in the movie when she died. Oh, I was hot. Oh, I was mad as hell, y'all. Oh, y'all, I was heated. I couldn't believe she died in the movie, man. You know what I mean? So for me, Artillery was somebody like that. Like a lot of my ideas for Escalade and Artillery, I'm a big Black Widow fan. Hawk Girl, Storm, Wonder Woman. I would say those are my 4 favorite female characters right there, probably by far. And then of course Vixen. Those are my 5 favorites. So that's where my characters come from, kind of like being inspired by those characters. So Artillery is a general, commander of the assassins. She's the fiancée of Sanusi. Anything that goes on with the assassins, she gives all orders. Everybody's under her command, man. And I thought that would be super cool to have a lady be the leader of the, to be the general of the villain team. Even though her husband is the leader, he put the whole thing together. You know what I mean? And of course, she serves as his bodyguard. Then next up is Excursion. Now Excursion is 3rd in command. He's the field commander of the assassins. Any orders go through him, aka Ruben Jones. And look, I didn't tell y'all. Well, y'all know the names already because I've introduced their names to y'all a bunch of times, right? Excursion is the 3rd in command. He's basically every decision that Artillery wants, anything that Artillery wants executed, she'll give him the command to go execute it. He's the field commander. So that means everybody else, Revo, Yukon, Snipes, Kanji, all have to listen to him. They all take their orders from him because he's the field commander. So anything needs to be executed, even the Coyotes take their orders from him. Excursion is like a, it's not particularly based on nobody else, just like Artillery. I was just more like, I'm just going to create a character that's the complete opposite of Glocks. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was trying to do with my characters. I think I'm doing a lot of opposites. That's really what made this whole adventure of mine. I'm calling it an adventure because that's literally what it is. It's an adventure. You know what I'm saying? Then next up, where's she at? It's Kanji. Kanji is the daughter of Sanusi, right? I wanted twins at first when I created Kanji and Revo. Then I realized I didn't want twins anymore. I wanted an older sister and a younger brother. So Kanji has got this kill or be killed attitude. She's super independent. She's the complete opposite of Cynthia. Y'all remember Cynthia, my dream girl? She's the opposite. You know what I'm saying? But she's still a gorgeous lady. She's a ruthless, not taking any crap, not holding anybody's hand. You can either hold your own or you can't. If you're weak, she's gonna throw you out the way. She don't play that. You know, it's like what I explain to a lot of people is that wait till this animation series comes out. Wait till this comic book comes out. You're gonna totally see my characters in a different light. You're gonna be like, man, all this stuff he was doing prior to the book, this really makes a lot of sense. That's why I tell a lot of people to go get you this Bible book right here, available on soundvision.com. That way you can know what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? A lot of times when people do stuff, they kind of do half-ass, and I'm not doing that half-ass stuff. So maximum effort. So that's Kanji, complete opposite of Sincere, independent. The first child of Sanusi. You know what I mean? So a lot of her is like, I wanted to create a character that was like, just straight didn't give a damn about nobody but herself, her close ones, which would be her brother, Revo, and her father, Sanusi. You know what I mean? Because you know the story of her, you have to read the Bible so you can understand what's going on about her universe. But Kanji is so sick, and the name Kanji itself, if you're wondering what it means, is Japanese for strength. I thought it would be cool as hell to do that. Not to mention I gave her cool ass red hair. You know what I mean? Let me get to the next person. Revo. Where's Revo at? Oh yeah. Wait till you get to Revo. Now this guy right here, without question, might be the coolest looking character in the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe. He might be also the coolest character in the entire universe, but also too the best fighter in the universe. I feel like it's a three-way tie. Revo, Rasputin, and Cajun are the best fighters on the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe. But you also got Sanusi. So Revo, I'm a big ninja fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't really. This character right here is based on my cousin. Now, my cousin, I wanted, and also too, is based on a good friend of mine. I gave this character's real name, named him from a good friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted. I love ninjas. I think ninjas are cool as hell. Whether I watched American Ninja movies or cartoons, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Foot Clan, whatever you can think of. But any ninjas I saw, I was like, okay, that's pretty sick. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought to myself, how can I make this guy look good, look like a ninja, but still look like he's got armor on? So, hey, we went from this version, you see that right there, to this version. This is when people saw this version of Revo, they lost their mind. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, I'm a big Bruce Lee fan, right? So Bruce Lee's always talking about movement. Bruce Lee never got tired. So I said, I'm gonna create a character. I'm gonna create him in the same fashion, the same kind of way, except he's gonna be a super villain. Bruce Lee really helped me to inspire this character. I'm a big time Bruce Lee fan. Man, to me, as far as I'm concerned, he's the greatest fighter ever in human history. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Lee was a bad mofo, man. He was bad. Like the truth in 3/4. So that's Revo, super villain. Might be the best fighter in the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe. I think the character. I think I'm starting to understand why a lot of people gravitate towards the character when I go to Comic Expo. So yo, that's Revo right there. Next up, we got Snipes, the purple-haired bombshell. She's the opposite of Shepard, except she's a woman. I wanted a markswoman. See, I'd never seen that before. Like a markswoman. Like you would always see like women that they can do this, they can do that, but nobody ever said a markswoman. This woman is like super dangerous, and she's super beautiful too. So it's not only she's distracting, she basically to be in her company is probably to be taking your last breaths because she's ruthless. She'll pretty much can do anything to anybody. And whenever they send her, they send her intentionally to distract people. And when you send Snipes, you might mess around and have nobody else left standing by the time she gets done. That's how bad she is. She's the truth in 2/4. Of course, she's tall. If you're wondering how tall she is, she's 6 foot. Yeah, like imagine her being gorgeous and towering over everybody. That's why I wanted her to be tall. I think she's also she's like a people always like, man, she's the hottest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, it's a cartoon character. I still do not understand why everybody's so obsessed with her. When they see my best friend, one of my good friends, is like, yo, she fine. Remember this version one of her, right here, Snipes. He was obsessed with that, and then when I drew this, he really was like, holy shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people were like, yo, I remember when I first started drawing women was a problem for me. I sucked at it. I was like, damn, why do I suck at this? So guess what I did? Like anything else you do, you practice. And that's exactly what I started doing. I started practicing a lot. I probably spent like 6 months or something just drawing nothing but female characters. I would not draw any male characters because that was too easy. Then I wanted to be able to draw female characters with detail. So I went through phases in drawing female characters. And that's why Snipes and all the other ladies look so good. Because I got so good at it. Y'all get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's Snipes right there. The purple-haired bombshell. Then of course, last but not least, is Yukon. See, Yukon is the strong guy of the team. Yukon is the counter of Diesel. Diesel is good, Yukon is bad. I wanted Yukon to have the ability to have super strength, which he does, unlimited, and be one of those. And also too, I created Yukon because I had never seen any Polynesian culture in any kind of cartoon. Like not in the way where it was superhero, whether it was Samoan, whether it was Tongan. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was just like, come on, man. And then one day I just said, you know what? I'm calling this dude Yukon. And there was born a supervillain. I remember when I was used to growing up as a kid, there was this middle linebacker for the Cincinnati Bengals. His name was Ray Manaluga. I was like, oh, that's a cool name. So then I said to myself, I need to create a super. Yeah, he played on the Bengals. He played with Chad Ochocinco. You know, it's on Live Cap, on Nightcap with Onk. You know what I'm saying? With Shannon Sharp. Yeah, that's why I got the idea from having a guy named Yukon. I wanted a guy from the Hawaiian Islands, from Samoa or Tongan. excuse me, y'all. I just wanted a character that had Polynesian, that had Polynesian culture in him. You know what I'm saying? So that's hence was born Yukon. You can see how super strong he is. He's huge, and as you read the bio comic book, you get to realize how Yukon became like this. You know what I mean? So yo, that's all the characters right there. Now next up is animation. Animation is important because the reason, excuse me, y'all. The reason why I created my characters in the first place was animation. Like, I love cartoons. And I said to myself, I gotta have my own cartoon. I'm not the type to go beg any major studio to let me do something. Screw you. The world is too independent now. Like, you really don't need companies. They need you. If you have a YouTube channel, if you have any drive, you are determined, I guarantee you can create your own cartoon without the companies. They need you, but a lot of people, like, I guess they want funding or they want money or whatever. Me, I don't really care about that. Everything I need to know how to do, I can learn. I know how to do with myself. But if I'm going to join forces with certain people, they got to have in their mind that I ain't for no BS. I'm not interested in joining any damn company. I'm not interested in you in the middle of the month or something cutting my funding or something like that. It's like, well, we didn't think your idea could follow through, so we got to cut your funding. Like, screw you. You know what I'm saying? The more independent you are, the better off you'll be. So for me, I remember learning animation, and when I'm talking about the animation, I'm gonna talk about the character at the cartoon itself. But to learn animation, I decided I need to go to school. So I go to Orange Coast College. Some of y'all might be familiar with it, some of y'all might not be familiar with it, but it's one of the best community colleges out here in the country, period. As far as I'm concerned, in the world. And, you know what I'm saying? And then I learned how to do animation. And at the time when I went there, our teacher gave us a final project. And we had to start the final project from the beginning of the semester, which was probably a really good thing for me because I get to understand a lot of programs. Man, let me tell y'all, I spent the entire semester creating the animation intro I'm about to show you right now. It was very liberating. I got to learn about keyframes. I got to learn about 24 frames per second. I got to learn about color. I got to learn about gradients. I got to learn about Command Z, Command V, whatever you want to call it. It was just like one animation golden nugget after the other. And then when I got tired, I never really got tired. I used the entire semester. I will not lie, it was difficult actually creating this into an animation intro, which is what I'm about to show you. But I still did it. And I was proud of myself. It took the entire semester. We're talking 5 months, maybe 6. You know what I'm saying? It was nuts, man. So yo, here we go. Let me see if I can show y'all a little cartoon intro. I'm gonna show y'all 2 different ones. One's a 3D animation style. One's a animation. One's a 3D style animation and one's a 2D animation style. So y'all give me a second. Here we go. Give me a second, y'all. Here we go. Oh yeah, this took an entire semester. I'm trying not to say nothing so y'all can just see it. I knew people was gonna come around once I said get to the animation part. Everybody loves them a cartoon. Yeah, y'all see that? So that's one cartoon, right? I created that. That took me an entire semester, y'all. Hey, thank you very much, Corporate Compliment. You think that's cool? Wait till you see the new one I'm working on. That's nothing compared to the new one I got coming. The new one I got coming is sick as hell. I mean, there's nothing more gratifying than being able to do your own thing. Because a lot of these companies, man, they really mess up your creativity. Like with their BS and nonsense they like to do. I just didn't want to be stuck dealing with anybody where I have to beg you to let me have my own cartoon series. I don't need to beg you. I tell this to a lot of artists all the time, and I don't know why they don't get it. You don't need the companies anymore. They need you. That's like signing a record deal. Why the hell are people still signing record deals? Who the hell needs a record deal? Who needs a record label? You can have your own YouTube channel, have your own TikTok page, have your own music, and sell your own stuff on your own terms. You can even have your own concert. You just have to find a venue, pay your insurance, pay your taxes, and then have your own venue. And you got to do the record labels bullshit. It's just like me. I could have had a job at Marvel or Activision or wherever. I'm just like, screw these companies. I'm not working for them. Why the hell should I work for you? Why not chase my dream, build my own company, build my own brand, and do it on my terms and enjoy what I'm doing? Because what happens is, yes, They got money to pay for this and pay for that, but they end up making you miserable. They suck because they're just corporations. Everything's all about just profit, 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 and not about the creation. That's why a lot of stuff we watch now are reruns, repeated reruns of what we've already seen. Like, don't get me wrong, I love X-Men the animated series, but why did they have to bring back X-Men 97? Why couldn't they just, like, makes no sense. If you're gonna pick up from season 5 where X-Men, just say that. What are you calling X-Men 97 for? And then it's not even original. The animation is original, right? But the intro music is not. Like they took out, they tweaked some things and act like we're stupid. You know what I'm saying? I hate stuff like that. There's very few cartoons nowadays that are actually original. Maybe Invincible. This one thing that I'm watching on Netflix. There's very few cartoons now that are original, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything's just let's do a rerun. And speaking of another cartoon, I gotta show y'all the part 2, another one. This one's a different one. This is a comic style animation intro, like 3D. I created like a comic strip. Yep, there you have it. That simple idea right there, led to me having my own ability to create to create a bio book. And I created the bio book before I created the animation because at the time, the only thing I had going for me was posters and stuff like that. So which led to the birth of the bio book. So that's the animation right there. Like, right now I'm working on something super new, super cool. I definitely cannot show you that soon. Hell no. That's not coming out till after the comic book gets released. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's if I'm done by then, because it's a whole lot of detail, y'all. I got a lot going on right now. So speaking, I'm getting ready for WonderCon 2025, which is going to be at the Anaheim Convention Center. I'm totally looking forward to that. Now, this animation has led to the last part of the segment of the day. Comics. There's nothing like having some comics in your hand. I remember as a kid, I was growing up, I used to love comics. And then when I started watching cartoons, I became obsessed with cartoons and I dropped the comics. And then when I started creating my own characters, I needed to have a bio book of my characters. I wanted to create a profile book of my characters. I remember as a kid, I used to watch this. I would always see X-Men. There would always be some kind of profile characters of the X-Men in a book. So I said, you know what? Let me create this bio book, a good read, a quick read, and then also too, it's cool. It's got my awesome, amazing characters. So that's where this was born. I said, okay, this is pretty cool. So then I started to do the original, right? Let me show you what it looks like on the inside, right? And then look at this. That's the villains right there. You know what I'm saying? These are the heroes. So a lot of it was born out of necessity. That's where the idea of comics came from. So these are the Karjakz right here, the heroes. A lot of it is born out of necessity. You have to know why you're doing something. And then I started to say, okay, I don't want to just stick with comics. I want to also do other things. But today it's about comics. And then I started having, okay, version 1, which was this one. Then version 2, which is this one. As you can see, look at this, right? The characters look completely different. And then you see this right here? Look at this. My bad. You see that? That's how it looks right there. So every single character had their own profile, height, weight, all that good stuff. And of course you got the super villains. Y'all give me a second. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. And that's version, look. Y'all see? So version 1 right here, version 2 right here. And that's when the birth of the characters started changing, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. That's when it came from. And then, of course, last but not least, now you got the Karjakz, the heroes. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. We're near the end. It's been an awesome live stream. And thank y'all for joining me, man. Look. Look at this. The original. Look at this. Version 3 right here versus version 1. So now you got version 2. And look at this. So all 3. Y'all see that? That's work right there, y'all. I know I'm trying hard to hold this whole thing together. That is work right there. Nobody gets this far without busting their ass. As you can see, version 1 to where version 3 is totally nuts. And the Bible book started changing. And then, of course, you got the villains, because I got to get to the villains. Then I'm going to break down the rest of the comic book, and I'm going to show y'all. Then we're going to talk about, let's see here. Y'all give me a second. Oh, yeah. Man, I need to staple my ooh, yeah, speaking of staple. Y'all, you know what's funny, y'all? Y'all give me a second. I knew I forgot something. Damn it. You know what? Thank y'all for being part of the stream tonight. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, now the thing won't fall apart. Thank God. Man, y'all, that thing was tripping. There we go. So now look, y'all give me a second. I'm keeping this thing together, damn it. It's funny, this when I was creating the original comic book, I can't tell you how many times I referenced these bio books to create the comic book. Without these bio books, it's true what they say, man. You build in stacks. There we go. Now it's much better. I think I'm gonna do this one too. Why not? Might as well. All right, here we go. That's much better. So now look, let's show you the villains. So you got the villains. Sorry, y'all, I had to clean up the book. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to find a way to hold all these books together. Dang it. Here we go. Man, there's a lot of books in my hand. You see that right there? Excuse me. Okay, I did that backwards. That was weird. That's all the villains. Look at this. So version 1, version 5. This is how you do it. A lot of building stuff is just taking time. So I got the comic books, and these are all of them right here. So then I realized once I got to these books right here, once I got to version 5, I realized, okay, maybe it's actually time. Once I got to this version, I realized it's probably time to start making my own comic book. Because at the time, I was just obsessed with animation. But then one of my brothers, I can't remember which one, said to me, he said, maybe you want to create a comic book. I was like, what the? A comic book? Man. Then I had to figure out how to do that. And that was another awesome journey. So I went to start looking at all my old X-Men comics because X-Men had the most characters. And when I say the most, there was always a bunch of characters in there to create a comic book. So that's the same thing I was going to be doing. I had a bunch of characters from the Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe that was going to go up in there. So hence the birth, this when this got this version, I started working on comics, excuse me. And I started growing myself comics. And then I started the journey, 2019. And I just finished the comic book last year. I started doing a bunch of cleanups and stuff like that, but I really finished the comic book last year because when I got to a point where I could no longer have to fix something. That's when I knew the book was ready, because I was always walking into something. It might be something simple, maybe typo or let me see, or picture or something. Man, I was always trying to figure out how to make sure that I wasn't messing. I wasn't messing up, and that's when I knew the comic book was ready. So now the comic book is ready. That's why this year the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book is going to come out this year. It's going to be amazing, to say the least. The only way you can not like it is if you're a hater, and I don't give a damn about no haters. You know what I'm saying? So yo, that's the comic book right there, whole universe. And this first comic book coming out is a beginning of many more comic books to come to this series for the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe. For each individual character, because each individual character in the Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe is going to have their own comic book. Yes, all these amazing characters, from the Karjakz to the heroes, are going to have their own part of the comic book. Period. There's no doubt about that. And then these bio books, guess what I got? Version 1, version 2, version 3. And guess what I got coming? Version 4. So yeah, after the release of the first official comic book, there's going to be version 4 of the comic book coming out. You know what I mean? So yo, that's going to be what's up right there. So that's what we're doing, man. The comic book came from out of necessity than anything else, man. I'm just gonna make my own comic book, and I've sold a bunch of these. Because when I used to drive Uber, I can't tell you how many customers thought it was a cool thing to see a comic book in the car, and they would buy one. Even people that had no interest in what I was doing would still buy one, and that's what taught me to be really independent. Taught me to go get it myself, not wait on nobody to do nothing for me. And I'm still that way. That's never gonna change, y'all. You know what I mean? That's never ever gonna change. So yo, that's comics right there, man. You know, I want to like I always have to, like I always feel like every Monday is an opportunity to introduce y'all to the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. If I'm not introducing you to these amazing characters, then I'm not doing something right. You know what I mean? The main thing is to always stay consistent with what I'm doing, not be afraid. I don't want to do and talk about Iron Man or Blade or Batman, whoever the hell else y'all know. I don't give a damn about none of those people. I give a damn about my characters. Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe right here. And so before I get up out of here, so that's all the 3 titles I want to talk about today. The characters themselves, the animation, and the comics, because there's a whole bunch of comics. Can you imagine Sanusi having a comic? Cajun having a comic, Escalade having a comic, Glock having a comic, Rasputin, Kanji, Artillery, Revo, Excursion having a comic book. You know how cool that's gonna be, man? So thank y'all for joining me. So now look, before I get up out of here, I got to show y'all these right here. Today's art day. And being that I've shown you all these amazing concepts on stuff, what made it, let me show you the artwork. Let me pull this over here closer to y'all. Don't worry. There's no clothing to show y'all today, because today's the 3 things I talked about: characters, animation, and movies. Look, if you've become a big fan of me, of seeing my characters, or because you had the chance to check out the comics, because the characters that I explained, look, check it out, y'all. This is the posters right here. Go visit sanusi.com and get your order on. I'm going to show you these posters every single Monday, because some people have never seen them. So please, if you are subscribing, if you are watching, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the notification button, y'all. I really appreciate y'all. So this is the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe right here. As you all know the names of all the characters. This is a poster available now on sanusi.com. You can buy it. All my posters, all these posters I'm going to show you are all available on sanusi.com. I'm just going to skim through and let y'all see it. The entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe right here. These are the Karjakz right here, the heroes. The entire hero team. Cajun, Escalade, Glock, Rasputin, Sphinx, Sincere, Diesel, Shepherd. In the background, right? These are the villains, right? This is the hero right here, Cajun. This guy here is my character, as I've shown y'all. Of course, with his faithful sidekick, Sphinx, who is not really a sidekick, but a partner. You know what I mean? So that's Cajun right there. Armor, of course. Come on, now you knew Armor was coming. But now you just get to see it in the bigger picture. You got Escalade, team leader, Air Force colonel, tactical strategist. Don't get in her way and it'll be all good for you. You know what I mean? Sincere, based on my dream girl. She's the definition of the truth, is the best way I'm gonna put it. You know what I mean? Definition of the truth. Even in the cartoon or even in the comics, all she does is tell the truth. She's just brutally honest. She don't care. You know what I'm saying? Then of course you got Glocks, based on my younger brother. He's the more the technician of the family. He knows all the ins and outs of computers. He knows all the ins and outs of man, pretty much any type of technology you want to know. He's the dude. That's Glocks right there. He's the team. Glocks is the dude. Then of course you got Rasputin, the scientific dude, science guy, right? He's based on my younger brother. He's logical, not just gonna do anything just because somebody told him to do it. He's definitely doing his own thing. So that's Rasputin right there. Servo sticks guy. That's what I like to call him. Then you got Diesel. He's a strong guy of the team. You remember Diesel, the strong guy of the team, the one who's related to Sincere, Artillery, and Kanji. That's something that people don't know. Sincere, Artillery, and Kanji. So Sincere, see this character right here, is Diesel's younger sister. I mean Diesel's younger sister. Yep. Then of course you got Shepherd, the bow and arrow guy. It's actually based on my best friend who's a doctor. He's actually a surgeon in real life. So he performs all these things. I gotta give this guy a cool name. I remember telling him, look, you know what? You're about to make a character become a what is the word I'm looking for? You're about to make your character become like a legend. So Shepherd was born. Quantum arrows and quantum bows, all that cool stuff. Look at that, all that lightning on him, man. Then of course you got the villains, led by Lord Sanusi. You got Sanusi, Artillery, Coyotes, Seth, Excursion, Weevil, Snipes, Yukon, Kanji. So that's really pretty much it right there. You know, these are the villains right here. Then I let me create some more villains. So look, Sanusi's based on me, right? That's my bad side. Then of course you got Seth right there, who's a mystical tiger. You know what I'm saying? But you got Sun Tzu is based on me, and I wanted him to look like a knight. That's why he looks like the way he looks like right now. Complete opposite of Cajun, who doesn't look like a knight. I wasn't trying to make them the same, because you're not bad when you're good, and you're not good when you're bad, and you're not the same. So when you're bad, and when you're good, you're good. You know what I'm saying? So yo, thank y'all. Look at this Sun Tzu right there, man, with the A logo right there on his armor, on his shield. Yeah, he don't play, man. That dude, oh my God, ruthlessness. They ain't got artillery. Not based on anybody, but my general of the assassin, right? Because she's Sun Tzu's fiance. And so you got Excursion, Ruben Drones. See those arms right there? He was in a mechanical accident. So because of that, it was an accident because they have to amputate all his arms and put in new ones. New ones that actually work. Look, check it out. Y'all give me a second, y'all. Yeah, there's a beauty in doing this stuff, man. So that's Excursion right there, Ruben Jones. I'm just going to be scrolling through these posters. All right, yo, look. You got Excursion right there. Field Commander. Right? I told you, he's the third in command. All orders coming from artillery go to him. And then he executes what the team needs to be executed. So everybody's got to take orders from him. Then you got Kanji Revo, children of Sun Tzu. Man, these two young whippersnappers are bad. The truth and two quarters, boy. Man, Kanji's ruthless. Revo's cunning. You know what I'm saying? Kanji ain't taking no crap. She's all about strong. She's all about the strongest surviving and the weak perishing. That's how she rolls. But the poster, all these posters are available on sunvision.com. So make sure you get your order on. These characters are original. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about having original characters. I don't have to do what everybody's doing. I can do what I want. And that's exactly what I want to do. You know what I mean? Then you got, so Kanji is older than Revo. Kanji is the firstborn of Sun Tzu. You know what I'm saying? So, Kanji is, and they were twins at one point, but I said, nah, forget that. I want her to be old. I want her to be older. And so she's so sick, man. She's been taking care of him since they were little. But don't worry, the backstory of that, you get to know about it once you get the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. And then, of course, once you get this Bible book available now on sunvision.com. So if you love yourself, please go get you one of these Bible books right here, available on sunvision.com. All right? So next up is you got Revo on this side. The best fighter, the coolest costume, maybe in the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. You know what I'm saying? Best fighter might be the best fighter in the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. You know what I'm saying? And this, of course, I love ninjas. As you can see, the detail of it is ridiculous. To me, this was a pretty hard drawing when I did it. Version 5 of the characters, this was pretty hard. I ain't gonna lie. This was pretty challenging. But I knew it was up to the challenge, so hey, I kept on going like I always do. I don't never give up. Then, of course, you got Snipes, the purple head bombshell. This character, the character itself is a markswoman. Like I was telling y'all before, to me it was really important to have a markswoman that could do pretty much any guy could do. She's the opposite of Shepard. She's independent. She has her own money. She's not taking any crap. And also too, she's a markswoman. She's great for infiltration because what Sun Tzu and artillery like to do is try to send her first to see what's going on with the place. Then once she's cased the place, they can go to work on the place. Tell me that ain't cool as hell. You know what I mean? So that Snapchat, then the purple hair bombshell. Everybody thinks she's hot. I don't know why, but everybody's like, she's so hot. I'm like, y'all need to relax. It's an animated character. Sometimes I can't believe some of the stuff that I hear. Then of course you got Yukon right here, the strong guy of the team, from the Kauai Islands. He's a I never, like I said, I'd never seen no Samoan, no Polynesian, no Polynesian cultured superheroes except for The Rock. You know what I'm saying? I never seen one. So I said, I got to create one. I got to create one. So I did. Created Yukon. Yes, he's a villain, but I still wanted to create something. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's Yukon right there. As you can see, he is huge. All the stuff that he has done through, that's why I have all these muscles growing out of him. Totally not healthy. But hey, still healthy at the same time in terms of what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So yo, that's Yukon right there. And then last but not least is the Coyotes. Android Assassins. These Android Assassins were designed by Sun Tzu to be basically mimic everything the fighting does. Sun Tzu wanted characters that could be like the Marines. So that way he doesn't have to send a assassins first. He can send the coyotes first, and then after that, it's on and popping. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of, they made out of the androids made out of alloy titanium. They will not be. They're not. You're not breaking them. That's not happening. And the weird thing about it is that as they fight, they adapt. So yo, these coyotes right here, oh my god, they are ridiculous. Wait till you see the new coyotes, what they look like, man. Tell me, they are super sick. They are next level sick. You know what I mean? So yo, that's the coyotes right there. So that's everything in the Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe, man. You know what I mean? You know, that's everything in the Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe right there, y'all. Everything. Part of being successful is just understanding your own story and be able to tell it. So that's why every single Monday, I always tell the Karjakz Vs Assassins tale. And look, let me take my phone. For all of you, I'm not even going to bother explaining, so I'm just going to show you 2 sneakers, and that's it. You got this one right here. If you love your sneakers, the Batas 3 high tops, Karjakz Vs Assassins Classic and version 5 on the same shoe. Look at this. The right foot has the version 1, the left foot has the version 5. And look at the inside. Or wait to see the new sneakers I got coming. Y'all haven't seen nothing yet, y'all. Ooh, it's going to be nuts. Y'all see this right here? Yes, sir. That's what we're working with. So visit sunfisher.com. And then, if you love running, I'm an exercise guy. In fact, look at this. The Sport 2s, now available on sunfisher.com. These are the Sport 2s we're making, man. See, this is all part of the Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe right here. You got to go get you one of these right here. These are super comfortable, ridiculously light. I mean, ridiculously light. You know what I'm saying? Like super, super, super light. I love them so much, I have 2 pairs of them. One for wearing, and then one for just generally having to work out. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's the Batas Sport 2s right there. So, y'all, that's my universe, man. That's my day. That's my, this is what I wanted to talk about all day long, man. I was at work thinking about this, like, I can't wait till today's episode, man. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff that we do, there's a belief point that you have to have in yourself. You can't sit there waiting for anybody to give you anything, because they don't owe you any belief, and you don't owe them allegiance to them believing in you. Like I always hear somebody say, I'll thank myself later. I thank myself every day. You know what I mean? So I'm driven, I'm ambitious, I want to be successful. And when you have that in your mind frame, you're gonna do a lot. So y'all, thank you for being part of this awesome stream tonight. Of course, we talked about the Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe. These amazing characters from the OGs from when I first started. I just wanted to break it down to y'all, man. Because next week I got some other cool stuff about the Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe I'm gonna talk about. There's always gonna be something that I can talk about. Which pair? The Sport 2 or the high tops? Because they're both on sale right now. And you can visit my website, sunfisher.com, and check the price. I don't really give the price on the website, but hey, look, in the chat. You see how I put in the chat the link? I want you to click the link that I just put in the chat. Hey, May Lee, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, the blue ones, they're custom. You know I make them myself, right? They're $225. I use them to work out. I used to. If you love quality, you buy my stuff. If you don't like quality, you won't buy it. I'm getting to the point where I don't really try to hide the price anymore of my stuff. You either want to buy my stuff or you don't. I make quality stuff. Stuff that I make lasts like a long time. That was probably the biggest thing for me when I started doing all this merchandising stuff. I didn't want to make cheap stuff. And I've seen what cheap stuff looks like, and it sucks. I was like, I'm making quality, high-end stuff, period. I want you to, even if somebody only buys from me once, that once they bought from me, they're going to love it forever. Because they'll be like, this stuff is super cool. Yeah. And look, these sneakers, this artwork, the way I got it, is not the only way the artwork can be. Wait till you see the sample I got coming. I'm almost done with the sample. Trust me. When I pull up sometime this week, ooh, that sneaker, y'all gonna lose your mind when you see it. It's nuts, man. The new designs that I got coming, I got 3s. I got the Batas 3 sneakers coming through, low tops and high tops. Trust me, it's gonna be crazy. May Lee, thank you so much for joining me. Sorry you're late, man. You missed out on the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins thing I was talking about. But don't worry, you can rewatch it once I'm done streaming. I talked about the characters. See these guys right here? My characters from the beginning, the whole character story, the animation, the comics. But like I said, the reason why I'm doing this is because the first official comic book is coming out next year. This year. And also, too, later on this year, the animation, I'm working on animation, that's coming out, too. Then also too, I have WonderCon end of this month. So all of y'all who are fans of nerdness, please get ready to go to WonderCon, Anaheim Convention Center in Anaheim. It's gonna be totally crazy and awesome. You know what I mean? So yo, that's all the characters right there, man. So as always, y'all, before I get out of here, there's two things I always say to everybody. One, there's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just as important as the front of the line. Be determined, not desperate. Then second, your dreams can be extinguished. Your dreams can be delayed but must never be extinguished. So wait your time while the universe delivers you the right hand. Be determined, not desperate. Don't let nobody talk you out of your dream now. Believe in yourself. I believe in myself. See, that's why I got people like May Lee that show up all the time, and whoever else is showing up all the time. I'm consistent. I've consistently grown my channel. I remember when I first started, man, I could barely get past 300. I was barely past 300 subscribers. I could not get past that for like 5 years or whatever many years I had it for, man. Primarily because I didn't know what in God's name I was doing. Then all of a sudden, since September, thanks to all of y'all, and thanks to all of y'all, and of course my persistence and never giving up, 965 subscribers or 964 subscribers since September of this last year. That's a lot of subscribers, y'all. A lot. You know what I'm saying? It tells you that people love your content, people love what I do, and I'm gonna keep doing what I do. So I appreciate all of y'all, man. So you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. So as always, y'all, I'm gonna see y'all what's today? Monday. I'm gonna see y'all on Thursday. That's right, Thursday. You know what I mean? Thursday. So please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and definitely hit the notification button, y'all. So I'm gonna see y'all on Thursday. Thank you so much. Continue to aspire and achieve. Have a good night. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.